Welcome, dear delegates. Welcome on board for the orientation program. Today is the orientation for Certified Project Finance Analyst, one of the very prominent course for World Academy, and this is the 8th batch. So you have completed so far 7 batches till now, and roughly around 3-4 batches we are conducting in a year. So this is a very attractive courses for the people who are working in the project management areas or the finance areas or even financial institutions. So this is very credible course for them as well. And this is also a learning focused program. It is not only the assessment one, but there are learnings available for this program. And we do have our resource person with us, Mr. Oro from India. He's a very renowned and very technically expert in the areas of finance, accounts, economics, also in the project finance areas. So you will be taking almost every modules so that it will be much more easier for you to have the pacing where is finishing the previous one and where the starting the next one. And then also if you have any doubts for the previous classes, you will have the opportunity to ask the questions in the next class as well, because the same resource person will be available for each and every module. So let me introduce this institute. World Academy is an UK-based organization. We are ISO certified organization. We have a couple of ISO certifications in our basket. These are the certifications. We do have 30414. We do have 17024. So these are basically the personal certification related issues of ISO. We are having a global landscape, around presence in around 65 plus countries. Expanded a lot in the last 2 years' time. 200 plus programs, starting from academic to professional, collaborating with multiple companies in the world, trained over 30,000 professionals across 65 plus countries. So it's a big alumni for World Academy across the globe. 132 structures altogether from around 11 plus countries. And all are like working professionals or retired professionals. It's not the academicians. 30% of our alumni holding C-suite positions in different organizations. So mid to senior level people are touching with us for different programs. 95% course completion rate. Why you need to choose World Academy? Because we are expert in the certified programs. And our vision is to become the number one, I repeat, the number one professional certification institute in the world. So we are working hard for this vision achievement. In 2030, we would become the number one, inshallah. We have 30 plus master's programs and 40 plus diploma level programs. We do free workshops and around 20 plus in 2024. There are user-friendly learning management systems. Credential badges will be there by Credly, Concern of Pearson Education Group. We do have our global affiliation, accredited institute by Enroll, an off-call regulated awarding body. Enroll is an off-call regulated body, and we do have the accreditation from them. Member of American Accreditation Association, approved center by Cambridge Academy of Professional, and approved center by Prof. Qual UK as well. Approved center by Board of HR Certification, approved provider of HRCA, SHRM, and HED. These are the HR Certification Institute in the US. SHRM Academically Aligned Institute, accredited institute by International Professional Accreditation Council, which is a Singapore-based organization. Member for CPT Group, partner of Singapore Training and Development Association, and we do have 2 organizations, KPA Specialists and English Academy. So this is our global affiliation. And the course, Certified Project Finance Analyst, is being validated by Cambridge Academy of Professional, which is an UK-based certification awarding body. This is the badge you will be receiving after successful completion. Badge is issued by Credly. And there is a sample certificate and the transcript. So in the certificate, it will be mentioned like Certified Project Finance Analyst, CPFA. This is a professional designation. You can use this designation beside your name. And also you will receive a transcript where everybody can understand, can see what are the, modules have been taught in this course. Okay. The success story, we completed 7 batches. 8th batch is starting. 278 professionals have already completed CPFA through World Academy from 21 plus countries. So the people who have enrolled for this course, they are going to be started a very big part of the alumni. Okay. And there's our participants from different organization. Okay. So you see, the multi-diversified companies, like group of company, like banks, like the consulting firm PwC. So different, even the government organization, Botswana Power Corporation, from different countries and from different patterns. UNITO is a UN organization. That is a group of companies. That is which one else? There is also an UN organization. So, I mean, CPFA, though it is a project finance, project is being dealt by different organizations. It is not only the project management part. It is all for any corporate organizations can have. Suppose if your organization is going to set up a new branch office, that could be a project. So that how can you deal with this one? That is a project finance analyst. So that the people who are working with the project or working with the financial parts, they are likely to be interested for this course. It's 4 months duration. The live online class like today, and class will be on Saturday, 2 p.m. GMT, the time we are starting today itself, and 2 hours per day. Class recording we will be sharing. Free books you will get, live interaction you can do, and live chat support through the web chat service. Job oriented learning, it will be focus on the competency framework, and you will get practices during the courses. In every classes there will be exercises in the assignments also, etc., etc. So you will be busy with the activities and the practical orientations, so that can help you for transferring the skills to your workplace. Total 8 modules, 8 sessions. Each session 2 hours per week, one session. And there will be final exam and capstone project at the end of the course. And in between, there will be 3 assignments as well. So these are the modules. I'm not going to the modules because of Mr. Orb will be introducing the modules and what will be the learning outcomes from each modules. He will be talking about this one. How to administer this course, the assessment part. There will be MCQ questions, 50 questions. Each question contains 2 marks to total 100 marks, 60 minutes time. That is the final exam. You need to qualify at the rate of 70% marks. Then there will be pre-course assignment. It is not assessment based. It is only the learning purpose. So you will receive the pre-course assignment tomorrow itself, and there will be 3 in-course assignment. So in-course assignment means there will be, we will make this part like 2-3 modules can have one assignment. So you need to submit this assignment, and that is also part of the assessment. 70% is the qualifying marks for this. And capstone project 300 marks, and the passing marks is 70% once again. So that is the scoring framework. Final exam 100, in-course assignment 100, and capstone project 300. So in all parts, you need to qualify separately. Then you will become the certified project finance analyst. There will be review and question answer part in every session. There will be capstone project, class recording you can share, and you will get the opportunity to attend the makeup exam. If you cannot qualify in the first attempt, you can get the makeup exam attempt options. And also we will share the class recording within 1 to 2 days time. And you will get the class notification through the WhatsApp group. There is a WhatsApp group available. Sometimes if trainers is busy for any week, then we can postpone that class as well. And attendance will be recorded. So during the class, please rename yourself with a full name. And electronic certificate and digital badge you will receive within 7 working days after publishing the result. And printed certificate will be followed. Usually we send it three times in a year. Sorry, 4 times in a year nowadays, 4 times in a year. So after successful completion, the available slot will be booked for your certificates. So these are the 4 phases. A pre-course assignment tomorrow. Phase 2 is the during the class. You will be attending the classes. Phase 3 is the final assignment and exams, and phase 4 is the certification enjoyment. So that's about the orientation of this. I mean the introduction of this course and the institute. So now I will be handing over to our resource person, Mr. Orup Chatterjee, for Orup Banerjee. I'm sorry, extremely sorry for this. For giving the brief about the course, how this course will be beneficial for professionals, what will be the learning outcomes, what will be the discussion points. So this will be briefly introduced by our resource person. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rupak, for the lively introduction of World Academy and the courses that you offer to various upcoming professionals. Extremely lively. And for the participants, I would like to mention that Rupak has very amply mentioned about the course. And I fully resonate with him that World Academy is an extremely good institution. No need of my certificate. I have been working with this institution for about 2 years now. And each course I found quite meaningful, oriented towards the work that you perform in the ground. Of course, there are some theoretical background often is being offered along with this, because theories make the practices perfect and practices create the new theories. Because you encounter something in the practical field, then you research, then you make new theory. This is the cycle, I believe. I'm sure all of you will agree with me. Now, coming to the course that is now being given, Certified Project Finance course. Exact name I will come to this. Just Rupak mentioned, I forgot. I'll share the screen along with whatever I say. So give me a few seconds to share the screen. Be on the Zoom. Can you see the screen? If you are,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We can.
fine. If you are good enough. So here is this Certified Project Finance Analyst. So few things the name itself says. One is the certification by Cambridge Academy, jointly with World Academy. It's all about project. As mentioned by my previous speaker, any attempt to make a new thing is a project. You can consider it as a project. It's so simple. You can granulate it down to your day-to-day life also. It's a project. You want to make a new factory, it's a project. You want to explore a new market and start marketing there, is a project. You want to recruit some 100 candidates for a new batch of a new type of work, that is also a project. Anything and everything can be considered as a project. Generally, if it is something substantial, we consider it, we call it a project. Otherwise, everything is a project. Project is something to be done in future. Then, in respect of project finance analysis comes into the play. Why finance is so important here? In making a project, there are technical inputs required, there are HR inputs required, there are finance inputs required, there are other functional marketing, etc. required. Finance is so important because in making the project, there are two things. We have to make a large investment. As I said, there's something substantial. So it calls for something substantial investment also. So finance has a role to play. You need to know the nitty-gritties of finance related to project, right from raising the finance, then how to use the money, when to use the money, what are the nuances involved in deciding how much money to be invested in which matter. So therefore, the course is designed in a manner that practically is useful to you, and you become analyst. I mean, you calculate, you study, you suggest your organization, something like that. I go to the slides to introduce you the course. It's already in the brochure, but still I'm very fond of reading it. I'm reading it out for you, all of your convenience. The Certified Project Finance Analyst program is comprehensive certification designed to equip participants. So you are being equipped with certain skills and knowledge required to in managing the project finance. In this course provides you deep understanding of financial homework, tools, strategies necessary to evaluate, plan, manage large-scale projects. Of course, you can effectively use those skills and techniques in small-scale project too. Anybody is saying anything? Okay, anyway, I'm proceeding. Most important is that focus will be on practical applications. Whatever theoretical part we discuss or background part we discuss, how that is executed and applied in the day-to-day work in the field. We will be discussing that in the course of the sessions. Maybe World Academy will be assigning some sessions to me. So I will definitely discuss with you each and everything. You'll be allowed to freely ask questions. In fact, as far as my perception is concerned, by asking questions, you gain maximum, not by simply reading and listening. The counter question that you ask actually proves that you are active and you have understood, whether fully or partly or little more also, no problem. We are faculty is there, we are all session resource persons are there. We will definitely try to answer all and each and every question most sincerely and to the practical, up to the practical level. We will be discussing critical concept like break-even analysis, though it is very common in management accounting, but still we will discuss break-even analysis in the context of project finance. So not in general, but project finance concept we will discuss here. And cash flow analysis, how the cash is coming and going out, what is the net surplus or deficit, all this part we'll discuss. We'll discuss cost benefit evaluation, which is most important in business life. I personally consider in domestic life also you should do cost benefit analysis as far as practicable. And I have involved my homemaker also into cost benefit evaluation of each and every domestic decisions. So same thing will be how applied for project matter. We'll discuss that. And that's the humorous part I told you, but very practical. In my many years of experience of interacting with people through work and through training, imparting training, I have understood that very, very important to involve all parts of life into the project. Next comes, we will also discuss financial budgeting and will prepare you to be a professional with excellent skill so that you can exert your learning outcome into the practical field, and there is demand for such professionals in the industry. We'll be talking and discussing the things in such a manner. Some basic information about the upcoming course. Rupak has already shared. It will be 4 months duration. There will be live session, not recorded, live session. Me and other resource person will be talking to you directly through Zoom, and you can have the direct class experience here. We'll discuss along with the help of a PPT, PowerPoint presentation. We'll show you the basic points in writing so that you can visually remember them. And hearing and visually seeing both have got a good impact on the person who is trying to learn. My request would be to all the participants in every session, live session, you please be fully alert and interactive. More interactive you are, more use your concept will be clear at the end of the session. After the sessions are over, there will be MCQ based assessment. There will be assessment MCQ based, and there is a possibility of descriptive question also. I don't know that World Academy management will decide whether there should be one or two descriptive questions to understand and the full understanding of the concept that we discussed here, and some numerical problems will be there in the assessment questions. There are 8 modules and 8 sessions. So I think it will be 8 into 8, 64 sessions in altogether. And each session will be 2 hours duration. So 128 hours of learning is no joke. It's a serious matter, and definitely it will create a good quality of professional. 128 years learning, 28 hours learning is big. I have attended many top management institute learning centers, and 128 hours is not being imparted. There are less numbers. Anyway, don't know compare. World Academy is designed in such a manner that you actually learn the concept step by step, in a graduated manner, so that finally you have a complete grasp of the subject. That's the objective. Now it depends upon to some extent your interest and your involvement, your alertness to learn. So, faculty will definitely explain you the theoretical aspects, practical aspects through numerical examples. Numerical examples will generally be shared through Excel file, and there you can check the formula that is given there. You can experiment yourself by putting different numbers and put some different number and see the changes, and then try to interpret yourself. That will be a very good exercise. This program is validated by Cambridge Academy of Professionals of UK, supposed to be a very good institute in terms of education department, and there is a quality assurance there from their side. They are having continuous check on the course content, questions, faculty capability, everything, I'm sure. So these are the things. Next is we will see what is the course objective. As you discussed many times, there are 10 objectives that is listed here, and so overall objective is to create highly skilled project management professional, of course with some bit of specialization to finance. As it is mentioned, develop a comprehensive understanding of project finance principles and their application real work situation. Equip participants the tools to analyze financial feasibility of the projects, whether the project is at all feasible. At the beginning, you must analyze. You need to establish. There could be use of break-even analysis. There are many more techniques. We will come to that when the actual session comes. Cash flow analysis is very important. Without cash, nothing works. So you have to, the project financial professional has to ensure that there is a continuous availability of cash. So whether it is by capital infusion or by borrowing, or by generating the cash in some other adjoining business and taking from there, that is a decision on the spot. Then build competence in evaluating projects using cost benefit analysis techniques. As I said, every step of decisions it should be backed up by cost benefit analysis. So most important is this accounting record, account maintaining, IFRS, etc. are important, but unless your basic decision is correct through a cost benefit analysis, while you take, whole idea is to take an informed decision. Even if you have to fall your feet into a ditch, you must know the depth of the ditch. This is the principle behind it. If I know the depth of the ditch is 2 feet, I'll measure my step accordingly. I'll go down 2 feet, then rise up to the next road. If I don't know the depth of the ditch, I might fall. That would be accidental. It could be fatal. It could be anything. So therefore, informed decision is very, very important rather than uninformed guess, speculation. gambling. This is not suggestible. So we should take, as a good finance professional, we should take informed decision, and their cost benefit analysis technique comes very handy, effective, time tested. We'll also talk about insights into effective financial budgeting strategies and project planning, so that we know what is the objective and how we are achieving, how much is the road traveled, how much is the road left, and what needs to be done, etc. We'll discuss there. Financial analysis in the project finance will understand those principles, practices, familiarize participants with the project cycle. Project has a cycle starting, reaching the peak, going down, completion, all sorts of things we'll discuss. Along with this, its uh, inherent feature of uncertainty and mismatch of resources. We'll try to cover those topics also in appropriate places. We'll also understand what is the role of project finance in economic growth of the business in the country and everything. If each business does well, the country will also do well. As macroeconomic, the entire country will do well. So it is important that individually each business unit or each professional does its contribution. We'll train the participants to identify and manage financial risks involved in the project. Okay. And will enable you to get finance knowledge, project finance knowledge, various in respect of various industries and sectors, as and when time permits, as and when the session questionnaire comes. We'll discuss about industries and sectors, where it is applicable, how it is applicable. All these things we'll discuss. More or less, the course objective tells you what will be the learning outcome. Learning outcomes are written here. If I read it again, it will be very boring. So you have the brochure with you. Please read it. Try to understand. I'm repeating broadly that finance principles will be discussed, and with a focus on how to apply it on the spot. We'll discuss project viability. We'll discuss financial threshold of various project success to get the project successful. What are the key parameters, where we should focus, where we should put emphasis. All this we'll discuss. We'll try to get some live cash flow if possible, and try to organize cash flow statement and try to discuss, focus on that, how cash flow statements are important in making decision. Cost benefit analysis application, I've repeatedly told, I'm telling everybody, all participants, possible upcoming professionals, the cost benefit analysis, get the concept to the core of your heart and core of your practices, so that you can effectively apply in every sphere of your life and business and profession and create value for the organization. Financial budgets also discuss how to make it, how to manage it, how to make the variance analysis, what are the next course of action. As you know, root cause analysis is something you need to identify the variances, where it goes wrong through the budget variances, and then discussions. And it cannot be one-sided. You should always involve all other team members to explore what are the things that is going wrong, or what are the things that is a strength of the team, and then harp on the strength of team and produce more value to the organization. Then comes objective and significance of financial. That is also, anyway, with the course objective and learning outcome is also that. Project life cycle we will discuss, fundamentals of project finance and every component that we'll discuss here. In real world project finance, how you apply all the skills will be discussed in more than one manner. The course will also generate your core competence on certain things. There are 8 points suggested here. I fully agree with this. It will create or generate a capability or competence in you about analytical thinking. Financial modeling. Modeling means you create a plan beforehand. test it yourself, debate among the team members, then finalize it, give a shape, then start executing it. This is called modeling. Assessing the risks. Nothing is without risk. So project also has got a risk. The risk of not achieving the target, the risk of uncertainty. Another risk I have mentioned other day is mismatch of resources. What you want, you don't get. What you don't want, you get. What to do? So how to manage those risks, we'll touch upon, we'll discuss. Strategic budgeting will be there. Decision making. All these are finally reaching to decision making. If the decision maker is competent, a good decision is made, then organization gets a value. So you also get a value. Communication, how to communicate to team members, to outsiders, to insiders, to top management about the project. That also we'll try to cover up in this course. Project life cycle management, as I said, project starts with at some stage, then slowly gains momentum, reaches a peak, then again it goes to the finish. How all these phases are there, how to manage them, what are the finance interactions, interceptions there, we'll discuss that, and we'll also discuss and create your core competence on economic insight. Assessment method, for the sake of repeating, I am repeating. There are 3 stages of assessment mentioned. One is pre-course assignment for learning purposes. Pre-course assessment will be there. In-course assignment, out of 100 marks, 70% passing mark is there. Capstone project, 300 marks is mentioned. Passing mark will be stiff. 70% passing mark is put there. Why it is so? Because 30% of the departure from the final absolute perfect concept can be allowed, not more than that. If you have half-hearted knowledge, it's difficult to get 70%. You need to have a good concept and a reasonable degree of application skill to get this 70%. So my friends, course is good, course is serious. Please come here and you will produce marvelous result in your work field once I start applying it. Exam will be there. One final exam. 30 MCQ question mentioned here. Somewhere it is mentioned 50 questions. So it will be, board will finally decide how many questions will be there. But there's a substantial number of questions. That's very important. Duration is 60 minutes. It will not be allowed in finite time. There will be finite time, 60 marks there. 70% is the passing mark. On that basis, each candidate will be evaluated. And evaluation will be most professional. 8 modules are mentioned here. Project finance basic, project cycle in relation to with finance, role of project in economic growth, objective of financial analysis in project finance, cash flow analysis of the project, break-even analysis, financial budgeting, and again cost benefit analysis. In out of 8, at least in 5 of the modules, we'll emphasize on numerical examples. Numerical examples will give you the insight to apply the theories that we learn or basic principles that we have. Without the numerical data, we'll try to get some case studies here, subject to time permit or your involvement. There are very, very interesting cases in respect to project. Many cases are there. In fact, some we will try to discuss here to make the participants aware and knowledgeable on the subject. And some outline of the project finance basics introduced to the financial foundational principles. Who are the key stakeholders? What are their roles? Overview of funding options. And there, as I said, when you start a project, you need to have some, money for you to work out, assess how much money is required and where the money will come from. That has to be arranged first. Because once you start the project, you cannot wait for money. Then there will be a lot of losses and resource wastages. That cannot be allowed. So first objective is to get the money, get set with the money in the bank in the pocket, start the project. We'll discuss about project cycle and its connection with finance. Dollar is shown here. It could be any currency, but the point is money. Ultimately, money matters. So money has to be money. How money affects your project cycle at the beginning, of the peak, or the ending period. We'll discuss the strategies. Your project with economic growth. I suppose it's primarily for your own business organization where growth is warranted, growth is expected, and then once the organization grows well, it has a socio-economic impact. Social benefit comes out. People get employment, environment gets more clear, lot more things. Economic activity goes up, and government gets more taxes. By the taxes, they can fund more and more developmental projects. That's macroeconomics part we discussed in some other forum, but they are connected to each other by link. So why we make financial analysis in project finance, that also we'll discuss. What are the objectives? We'll try to understand how goals are being set, how the goals are being crystallized in terms of numbers. Once you have numbers, you'll have no subjective interpretation. Numbers reduce the subjective interpretation into objective interpretation. So that's very, very important. Cash flow analysis, as we mentioned a couple of times, that cash flow is very, very important. Cash flow is not only one-sided. The inflow and outflow, both. We'll both discuss how to manage the inflows and when to spend out, how much to spend out, what are the timing, etc., etc. We'll discuss here. In case of shortfall or mismatch in cash flow, how to manage that also that challenge also we'll take up and discuss some break-even analysis. Basically, at which point you reach no profit, no loss, or a safety zone, you can say. This much is in the conservative side. This much I have achieved, this scale, so I'm at no loss. So my money is not getting drifted from my resources. That's first thing you need to ensure. Then you ensure more and more profit and more cash generation. So we'll discuss various techniques available to find out break-even point and do the break-even analysis, adjoining analysis like contribution, profit volume ratio, comparative profitability between various products, various projects, various locations. It can be applied, the concept can be anything. Then financial budgeting, all this based on all these previously learned concepts, you make a financial budget of the project. Then find out the actuals, put the actuals beside, find out the variance, find out the cause of the variances, and then discuss how to overcome it, how to achieve the projected or finance budgeted data at the end of the period. And then cost benefit analysis, which is actually the backbone of the entire finance management, whether it is a project or in any other day-to-day work. So this is what the course content is. This part is more of the administrative part. Post completion of the entire course sessions, you will be getting electronic certificate. You will be getting a digital badge through an organization creditly.com, and you'll also get printed certificate within some given time frame that is mentioned in the brochure. You'll get a printed certificate also, which is useful in getting employment and so many things. Course is affiliated to SHRM, BHRC, IPAC, Cambridge Academy of Professionals. So many organizations are there to accredit the course. And here I say thanks to everybody. If you have any questions, please mail to info@worldacademy.uk. Website is www.worldacademy.uk. You can read, you can communicate through Facebook and many other means, YouTube and what is Instagram. All these are Medias are available to you. Modern days. Nowadays, it was not there. We used to have a question written to the trainer or teacher. He would, at his suit would have discussed and solved our problem. Here, no issue. You can, most my preferences, my suggested preferences, first you discuss your queries, doubts, everything at the session live with the trainer, right? And then thereafter, if you have anything about the brochure, course content, course running outcome, anything, please rush a mail to info@worldacademy.uk now and as early as possible. And that much is there tonight. Thanks from my side. And I hand over to World Academy host, whether it's Mr. Papul or Mr. Rupak. Please take over.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. So, dear delegates, is there any question from your end? Though in between, we have already answered a couple of questions in the chat box. So still, if there is anything in your mind regarding the curriculum, regarding the administration, whatever it is, you can ask the questions and you can try to answer the question. Okay, I think there is no other questions.
There's a question.
Yes, please.
There's a
Patrick.
question. Yes. Thank you for giving us the privilege to attend to your program. I'm calling from Kenya.
Okay.
I have a question. My question is, why should we be having a 4-month program? Why 4 months and not 2 months, so that we can be able to complete this and do other things that are demanding? Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Patrick. Actually, a couple of things are there. As you know that this is a professional credential. So the credential will be awarded after a thorough assessment. But within a very limited time, we cannot, even though the 2 hours class, so 2 hours for a topic, what we have mentioned in the module, it is not enough. So what we suggest, there are some reference materials, there are some books. So a professional should study those as well. And then they will be equipped themselves. Some will be discussed in the class. Some will be based on the assignments and activities, and some could be based on the self-study. So combining all these three, we believe that the professional, the people who are enrolling this course, they will be much more equipped themselves for their corporates. So that's why we make it a pacing. Yes, Mr. Arup, please.
I have something to add here. If you give a little longer time to settle down your concept in your mind, that is helpful to the participants in grasping the course and permanently settling it down in the mind. It's a psychological process, but okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Any other question from anyone?
Still a question?
Yes, please.
Question, please. You talked of having 8 sessions, 8 modules, and in 4 months period, we have how many meetings? That is 16 meetings.
No, it will be 8 meetings. There will be 8 classes. So the other 8 weeks for different purposes. Like for the capstone, we are assigning 4 weeks. That means this is the project work you need to go through. You need to make a detailed project work. It can take around 3 to 4 weeks time for a professional, because you are a busy professional. You cannot spare 8 hours time a day. You may spare 1 hour per day or 3 hours per week. So this type of approximately 20-24 hours is required for preparing this capstone project. And we assume that if a professional can spare 5-6 hours a week, then it takes 3 to 4 weeks. So that the 1 month or 4 weeks is for capstone project. You need to submit 3 other assignments. Each assignment contains around 1 week or 10 days time. That can also need around 3-4 weeks time. So that the entire 4 months has been assigned for classes, for self-study, for preparing exams, for preparing for the capstone projects, everything.
Okay, so meaning that we are meeting 8 times,
Right.
and then the other 8 times are for our own personal study and
Right.
assignment.
Right.
Oh,
There will be
thank
only
you.
8 classes. So you will be meeting 8 weeks, 8 Saturdays. It is not consecutive. Maybe after 3 Saturdays, there will be 1 week gap. After 2 Saturdays, there will be 1 week gap. So in between time, because of you need to prepare yourself for the assignments and the capstone project and examination.
Thank you, sir. That one is it's a good one. It's a good one.
Thank
Let
you.
me finish this, then I do the other one. You'll advise me.
Sure. Sure.
Okay,
Thank you.
one more question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much for the presentation. It's really very helpful, and I can see the program is very good. I wanted to know about the final exam. How is the final exam going to be conducted? Is it do you conduct it through testing centers like the way
No.
these other
It is
certification courses are conducted?
it is an online exam. We will share with you the exam portal. You just log into the portal and there will be a multiple choice question. You need to select the answers, even though anyone can attend the exam through mobile device as well.
Okay, so it will be conducted. You can conduct it. You can do it at whatever place you want.
Right. It will be an online platform. We have our own online platform, the exam management system. So you'll be logged in there and then you can attend the exam.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any other question from anyone? No. All right. So thank you very much for your participation in this orientation program. Thank you, our resource person, for his valuable time for us. Thanks the World Academy for organizing this. Hope to see you on other weeks, other day.
Thank you.
Thank